it's interesting to see Euro-Asian politics with Russia as pivot due to the Ukrainian crisis, which has major political dimensions for people around the globe. Although we should be heading towards a multipolar world, the Ukrainian crisis has polarized the world to some extent. I heard Laurent Fabius, the French foreign minister's interview on the BBC, where the journalist is accused of sending warships to the Russian border. To some extent, European countries have to take the blame for Russia's looking to Asia and to the East for support in this crisis. Now, as far as India is concerned, as far as Russia-India relationship is concerned, India sees Russia as a long-standing ally, and which has been its major support after independence, and India is a very poor country. And India also adopted a socialist pattern, which is fashioned on the Soviet Union's economic pattern, and Russia has been supplying the Indian defense requirements. Therefore, India has been conscious in reacting to the entire Ukrainian crisis. It also, you have to also see India's standpoint from the view that after India's major economic in 1991, when India had a major economic crisis, which was the balance of payment crisis, and it had to rely on multilateral institutions around the World Bank and IMF for help. Russia came to its support, and so that is something that India has taken into account. India has carried out its nuclear test in 1974 and again in 1998, where it was isolated by the U.S. and some of the other Western powers. Notably, however, two countries which supported India greatly at that time was one is France, the other one has been Russia. So India, to a large extent, is grateful for that. Now, late March, India joined China and more than 50 other countries in abstaining on a non-binding UN General Assembly resolution whose motive, according to the perspective of India and China, was to isolate Russia. The resolution declared that the March 16 Crimean referendum, which saw a massive vote in favor of joining Russia, did not constitute a legal basis for Crimea's secession from Ukraine and its incorporation into the Russian Federation. So India did abstain from it. Earlier, India had joined 4 other BRIC nations, Brazil, Russia, China, and South Africa, in putting together a resolution that deplored the sanctions imposed on Russia by the U.S. and other Western countries and escalation of global tensions. And the BRICS countries have also strongly opposed the Australian Prime Minister's suggestion that Russia be excluded from the next G20 Leaders Summit, which is to be held in Brisbane, Australia in November. Putin was speaking to a joint session of Russia's parliament on March 22, the same day Crimea was formally admitted into the Russian Federation. Putin had singled out China and India for praise, and he said that he highly appreciated India's restraint and objectivity. We've just had our general elections, and we've elected a new Prime Minister who's right-wing, Narendra Modi, the Bharatiya Janata Party, and Putin has been very quick to react to it. He said that our relations are about political parties. We are friendly with the Indian people. We want to have good relations with India. He has assured that he wants to work closely with Modi. And he has, of course, thanked India for standing by Russia and not joining the sanctions imposed by Western countries on Ukraine. Moscow may not have regain full control over Ukraine, but the fear of losing Ukraine to the West may have accelerated Russia's dependence on Asia. So all these activities do have all that is, all the countries that all the activities that we've seen on our Eurasian quarter would have major repercussions for Asia. But as far as India is concerned, it sees Russia as a strategic partner, and of course in the BRICS also it's an important partner. So apart from an old-time loyalty, even in the new formation, India would stand by Russia, and I assume that this would, to some extent, polarize the BRICS nations. And now that China has signed the energy deal with Russia, it would polarize to some extent the Euro-BRICS relationship, and to carry forward on a multipolar. I mean, the way forward would be not to reduce the Euro-BRICS relation to the Ukrainian crisis, and to work towards a multipolar world. That would be good. Thank you.